Guys, we have official leaks by Uncle Hoyo, Shunguang gameplay, at least tidbits of it. There has been a massive drop of official news regarding the future of this game, specifically with patch 2.5. I'm personally very excited, looking forward to get to 2.5 patch, because a lot of new things are happening for 2.5 patch. If you watch my previous video, you probably already know some of this stuff, but a lot of this stuff now is pretty much official, and things that have not been mentioned, I will just add tidbits here and there. I would say 2.5 patch is pretty much a relaunch, soft reboot of the game. Massive stuff is happening. Yes, we're also getting multiplayer now, so really cool stuff. Lots of hype and some unprecedented things that we never seen before, such as buffing standard characters, which this never really happened before in Hoyo games. I mean, technically you have something now in Genshin in the near future, but it's not exactly the same. But nevertheless, let's go over this information. In the background, I will just play the dev talk. Currently, this video is only available in Chinese on Bilibili. We'll probably get the translation at a later time, but we do have tidbits of this dev talk, I guess. So let's go over it. So main story highlight, as I expected and pretty much predicted, 2.5 is going to be the story finale. 2.4 is just the point before the season 2 climax, which is going to be 2.5 patch. They also do say they want to make main storyline objectives to become more clearer, and more mysteries about the depths of Lemnian Hollow will be gradually unveiled. That's good, because in my opinion, the plot for season 2 was not that good at all, and I'm happy they're kind of addressing it and focusing on making it better. They also do talk about narrative structure feels familiar, characters popping up out of nowhere. We heard you loud and clear. I'm happy they're also addressing this, because there's a lot of characters that just randomly pop out, never really seen before, and how do you get any hype for them or anything like that, you know? But they do say they will improve plot structure optimization. I'm personally very happy they're addressing the story to improve it, because I do have, well, at least I had criticism for the story, and I feel like a lot of people in the community didn't exactly accept that criticism, but at least I'm happy that devs are acknowledging the issues and they are going to fix it. They also in the future want to specifically integrate narrative with gameplay to provide more diverse and exciting plot experiences. Also we'll be able to see the growth of various characters through the story, so that's cool, not just randomly popping out of nowhere. And also they say since version 1.6 they've been focusing on long-term character development integration with special attention to key character highlight moments. They for example mentioned Shunguang will appear more in 2.4, so we'll get to know more about her before she drops in 2.5 patch. I mean, now it's pretty much obvious and clear she's in 2.5, because we also have tidbit gameplay. There was also big concern regarding the initial storyline, what happened to that, and specifically the old characters, and they say that old friends are always here, so they will continue to appear in Proxy's lives and side stories or stuff like that. That's cool, but more importantly, the initial main story, which was the AI plotline, it seems it's gonna be regularly updated, and we're actually gonna go back to that plot, because season 2 plot, in my opinion, was kind of all over the place, and I'm happy to see the devs are going back to the roots of what Zenless on Zero is pretty much was, I guess. So hey, that's great. I'm super excited to see all of these changes. Of course, we also have more information, but before that, I would like to let you know that a lot of you guys who watch me are not subscribed. If you'd like to support this small channel, feel free to subscribe. It's completely free of charge. Smile. And now let's talk about urban evolution. So they say they will add new shops in New Eridu. The 404 Error Live House making its debut along with familiar faces. It seems it's gonna be also antique shop in Phalium Heights, and then a hot pot restaurant will also be officially open before season 2 ends. So we are getting some new buildings, and I assume we'll be able to do some things within these buildings. Also, in version 2.5, there will be updates to sandbox exploration. There will be new ways of getting around. It'll be related to Yishun Shunguang abilities, well, we already know what it is pretty now. I mean, thanks to Hoyo, now it's confirmed. She'll be able to fly on her sword. Well, technically the sheath of the sword, I guess, but she's gonna be flying around on that, so it's cool. I wonder if other characters will also have flying capabilities, but nevertheless, it's interesting. Then they also talk about map and gameplay integration. They'll attempt to better integrate certain monster skills with the stages and environments to enrich your gaming experience. In my opinion, the exploration Hollow Zero kind of fell flat, and I am aware they put like a lot of time and effort to make it work, so I'm definitely happy to see they're willing to improve this stuff, and hopefully it's gonna be an enhanced exploration experience like they say. They do say that perception techniques will have more applications, plus Kanban Boo will help you with treasure detection. Cool. The exploration side quest, a new IP collectibles. It's an immersion level upgrade. Main story progression seamlessly integrates with map exploration. I think you collect rewards while completing missions. I think this is a very good feature, so you can kind of like complete the map as you do the story, because right now you kind of have to go back to those areas to effectively mint pick and do the stuff. I definitely like this approach that you can just pick up things on the way while you're doing stories, so you don't have to really go back there to pick that stuff if you don't want to do that. I do hope that the sandbox experience is going to be improved, but there are other massive things that are happening. But before that, let's go over diverse game modes. Keep the positives of casual gameplay while improving on their shortcomings. So they will be filtering out promising gameplay mechanics for further innovations. Obviously, the camera event is here to stay. I mean, you can get pretty nice pictures if you ask me. They're also saying they're striving for excellence. Highly reviewed gameplay modes will be iteratively optimized, adding more content to deliver a consistently premium experience. So them willing to update events, well, hopefully they also update combat events. It's gonna be really good as well. Hollow Zero is getting a massive upgrade, integrating combat and exploration to create a gameplay experience with enhanced immersion and progression loops. Venture into the Hollow, gather resources and grow stronger. Honestly, if it's an actual fun and engaging progression loop, it doesn't feel like a chore or something like that, I think this is gonna be great. But most importantly, we are getting multiplayer. Multiplayer gameplay is back and better than ever. Core breakthrough in multiplayer, players in a team can now jointly unleash the iconic chain attacks together. For those already not aware, we are getting effectively multiplayer co-op in this game. Also, additional exciting mechanics will be added, making the multiplayer experience something to look forward to. And based on leaks, I would say, yeah, it's definitely something to look forward to. I think it's very exciting because a lot of characters will literally have reworked kits, so they will work in co-op. For example, Lighter will be able to buff all types of damage and all that stuff, not just fire and ice for co-op, although he still keeps his additional restrictions and more character changes overall. For example, I believe Lucia will have an attack buff for her entire team, plus like a little heal on top. So they're doing a lot of stuff, right? And multiplayer co-op has immense potential to be some great gameplay loop. I don't know if they will mention the clans or the guild system within this post, but that's also something that's happening, and it's probably gonna go well in hand with this new co-op multiplayer mode. Do not worry, this is not PvP. There is no like leaderboard or anything for these modes as far as I'm aware. Just in case if somebody, you know, feels like that might be the case, well, as of right now, it's not. Then we have combat level up. Missing your favorite characters, Threshold Simulation is the solution. The new gameplay mode, Threshold Simulation, is designed to let more veteran characters shine and thrive, and will continue to polish, provide a stage for them. I personally like this a lot because it does allow you effectively to play more older characters. Of course, you do have to have kind of like a larger roster for it. If you do have it, I think it's very nice that you have the capabilities to use older characters as well. But speaking of older characters, they actually address the power levels of characters directly. Worried about standard characters' power levels? Combat interactions too simple? Version 2.5 brings enhanced optimizations, and for those who don't know, we are getting old character buffs. As of right now, I believe it's going to be Bernice, Soldier 11, Grace, and they're also getting Ellen Jo and Silver Soldier Ambi buffed on top again. But the characters that already got reworked or buffed, they get this time a multiplayer only buff that does have multiple components of like ascension. So effectively you have to unlock that stuff by doing certain forms of gameplay. Don't worry, it's not like a premium thing, you don't have to pull anything for that. I believe there will be various ways how you're gonna get that currency, and then you'll be able simply to unlock these quote-unquote ascensions on your Silver Soldier, Ambi, and Ellen Joe for them to do more damage. Meanwhile, the other three characters will have completely like reworked, buffed kits, which is very good. And when they say here, specific power-up for standard characters, I already pretty much mentioned all of these characters. And they also say get ready for a fresh take on enemy combat mechanics. So if they're updating enemy combat mechanics as well, so they're more interesting, because maybe some of the older enemies might be too simple or boring, I think this is a very good approach, and I'm very looking forward to what they're gonna cook with this one. And lastly, we have also increased ease of gameplay. They say, welcome aboard everyone, all veterans or fresh new faces, we're all family here. As already kind of pointed out, this is effectively like a soft relaunch, reboot of the game. Expect a lot of new players checking out 2.5 patch. Should make sense, they're gonna have features for new players and returning players as well. We're also welcoming new friends by welcoming newcomers progress faster through early game and making the game more accessible. So early play experience, it's gonna be more streamlined, faster, so you can reach end game quicker, I assume. And for veteran players who have an amazing functionality for Suban Temple management, this already happens in 2.4 patch, by the way. We'll welcome a one-click AFK feature, freeing up your time, Ether Battery Quick Sweep, Drive D Substat Selection, and in combat damage compilation will all be available in version 2.5 as well. So that's pretty good as well, but I am very excited that we have a one-click AFK feature for the Temple, because in my honest opinion, Temple was a big miss with how it worked, very tedious, and I'm glad they just acknowledge it, like, hey, here's one button, just get this shit out of the way, and that's cool. The quick sweep systems and all that stuff is amazing. The Drive D Substat Selection, we are already aware of this one as well, amazing thing. And also in combat damage compilation, I assume we'll be able to see this from the menu while pausing in combat or something like that. All great features. And at the end, they say constantly innovating and constantly progressing. We're both creators and part of the player community. Welcome everyone. Well, I'm very hyped and excited for 2.5 patch. I can't wait for 2.4 end, so we can just get straight to 2.5 patch, because that's where we wanna go. It's really good. I do want to see more of this co-op stuff, multiplayer in action. As we get more information, of course I will cover it, and when we get actual full character kits for Zhao and Shunguang, I'll also of course cover that one as well. And of course also the old buffed character, specifically Bernice. We don't have information for her yet, but whenever we get it, I'll obviously cover that one as well. I'm very hyped for 2.5, guys. I don't know about you, but I think 2.5 is the patch, and I'm looking forward to it. I think also the story, they might be able to cook something really good for 2.5, like they cooked for 1.4 story, maybe some kind of like Avengers moment or something. I don't know, right? But I think it's gonna be great. Do let me know in the comments down below, guys, what do you think of this update of 2.5. Personally, I'm very looking forward to it, and as always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and all that stuff. I wish you a wonderful day, guys, and see you in the next video. Ciao!